Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever been talking to someone? Things felt good. The conversation was flowing. She seemed genuinely interested. And then slowly, quietly, without any big fight or obvious reason, she just pulled back? No explanation. No closure. Just a shift in energy that you felt but couldn't explain. And your brain immediately goes to the usual suspects. Was I not good looking enough? Not tall enough? Not successful enough? So you start running through the checklist of things you can't control, beating yourself up over circumstances that were never really the issue to begin with. Here's what I want to tell you today. Most of the time, attraction doesn't fade because of what you look like. It fades because of specific, repeatable patterns in how you show up. And the genuinely good news about that? Patterns can be changed. So today I'm walking you through 7 real reasons women lose interest, the ones nobody talks about directly, and what you can actually do differently. By the end of this, you're going to recognize at least 2 or 3 of these in your own behavior. And that recognition alone is worth more than any dating tip you've ever been handed. Let's get into it. Number 1. You made her the center of your entire world too fast. This one is probably the most common and the most misunderstood. Here's what happens. You meet someone you genuinely like. And because you're a decent person who takes things seriously, you start prioritizing her. You rearrange your schedule. You're always available. You drop what you're doing to respond. You make her the highlight of your day before you even really know her. And from the inside, that feels like a good thing. It feels like showing up, like being attentive, like not playing games. But here's what it communicates from the outside. It says that before she's done anything to earn that level of priority, she already has it. And when someone receives that much focus that quickly, one of 2 things happens. Either they feel pressured by the intensity, or they simply stop seeing you as someone with a full life of your own. Neither outcome works in your favor. The fix isn't to be cold or to artificially delay your responses. The fix is to actually keep your life full. Keep your plans. Keep your friendships. Keep pursuing the things that matter to you. Let her fit into a rich life rather than becoming a replacement for one. That's not strategy. That's just being a well-rounded person. And it's genuinely more attractive than clearing your entire calendar for someone you just met. Number 2, you stopped having your own opinions. Think about the early stages of getting to know someone. You're curious about each other. There's some natural friction, some playful disagreement, some discovery. That tension is interesting. It's what makes conversation feel alive. But for a lot of guys, the moment they sense real interest from someone they like, they shift into agreement mode. She says she loves a restaurant you've never been to. Suddenly you love it too. She has an opinion about something. You find yourself nodding along even when you genuinely see it differently. You're doing it to smooth things over, to be easy to be around, to make sure you don't rock the boat. But what you're actually doing is making yourself less interesting. Because a person with no friction, no perspective, no opinions of their own isn't a person with depth. They're just a mirror. Healthy disagreement, delivered with warmth and without ego, is attractive. It says you're someone with a point of view, someone who can be trusted to tell the truth, someone with actual substance. Next time you genuinely see something differently, say so, with a smile, without making it a debate. Just be honest. I actually think about that differently. Here's my take. That's it. That kind of authenticity builds respect in a way that constant agreement never will. Number 3, your communication got needy without you realizing it. This one is subtle because it doesn't happen all at once. It creeps in gradually. It starts small. A follow-up text when she hasn't responded after a few hours. You okay? When her replies feel a little shorter than usual. Did I do something wrong? When the vibe feels slightly off. Each one of those individually seems reasonable, but add them together over a few weeks and a pattern emerges. One that says your emotional stability depends on her consistent attention and validation. And that's a heavy thing to put on someone you're still getting to know. The hard truth is that people can't build attraction towards someone whose emotional state they feel responsible for managing. It stops feeling like a connection and starts feeling like a job. The way out of this is internal work, not behavioral tricks. It means building enough security in yourself that a slow text response doesn't send you into a spiral. It means having enough going on in your own life that you're not refreshing your messages every 20 minutes. When your emotional baseline is stable, genuinely stable, not performed, everything about how you communicate changes. You become someone restful to be around instead of someone who requires constant reassurance. Number 4. You were inconsistent. Consistency is one of those qualities that doesn't get nearly enough credit in conversations about attraction. Everyone talks about confidence, looks, humor. Nobody talks about just being reliably the same person across different situations and different days. But inconsistency is one of the fastest ways to erode trust. And without trust, attraction has nowhere to go. What does inconsistency look like? It looks like being warm and engaged one day and distant and distracted the next with no explanation. It looks like making plans and then being flaky about following through. It looks like showing one version of yourself early on and then shifting into a different one once you think she's interested. People notice these gaps. Even when they can't articulate exactly what feels off, they feel the disconnect. The good news is that consistency doesn't require you to be perfect. It just requires you to be honest. If you're having a rough week, say so. If you need to reschedule, do it early and actually follow through on the reschedule. If something's going on with you, you don't have to perform fine. Reliability is quiet. It doesn't announce itself. But over time it builds something that flashiness never can. The feeling that someone is actually safe to trust. Number 5. You never took the lead. This is one that a lot of well-meaning guys get stuck on because they're trying to be considerate. They don't want to be pushy. They don't want to assume. So they defer constantly. Whatever you want to do. I'm down for anything. You pick. And while that comes from a genuinely good place, it creates a dynamic where she's always carrying the weight of the decisions, where every move requires her to initiate, where the energy of the interaction depends entirely on her. That gets exhausting, and eventually it starts to feel less like consideration and more like a lack of direction. Taking the lead doesn't mean being controlling. It means having ideas, making suggestions, moving things forward when they need to be moved forward. I know a great spot downtown. Let's go Thursday. That's it. Simple, direct, confident. When you lead with that kind of calm decisiveness, it creates a dynamic where she can actually relax. She doesn't have to orchestrate everything. She can just show up and enjoy it. That's a gift, not a power move. Number 6. You put her on a pedestal before you really knew her. This one is connected to the first point, but it goes a layer deeper. It's not just about time and availability. It's about the story you're telling yourself about who she is. When you decide someone is exceptional before you actually know them, you stop seeing them clearly. You start filling in gaps with idealized assumptions. You overlook red flags. You interpret everything charitably to protect the image you've built up. And here's the problem. People can sense when they're being seen as an idea rather than a person. It creates a strange kind of pressure because they know, somewhere underneath, that they can't actually live up to the version of them that exists in your head. And eventually they'll pull back from that pressure, even if they can't name exactly why. The shift here is simple, but requires some honesty. Stay curious. Stay grounded. Let her show you who she actually is before you decide what she means to you. That's not cynicism. That's just keeping your vision clear enough to see what's actually in front of you. Number 7. And this is the one that ties all the others together. You were focused on the outcome instead of the experience. When your entire attention is on whether this person is going to like you, commit to you, choose you, you're not actually present. You're not in the conversation. You're in the evaluation. You're managing and monitoring and strategizing instead of just connecting. And it shows. Not dramatically, not obviously, but it shows up as a kind of tension that the other person feels without knowing why. The guys who are genuinely compelling to be around have figured out something important. that the point of connection isn't to secure a specific outcome. It's to actually enjoy the process of getting to know another person. The curiosity, the back and forth, the discovery. When you're genuinely present, when you're interested in who she actually is rather than focused on whether she's going to pick you, the whole energy of an interaction shifts. You're easier to be around. You're more fun. You're more yourself. And here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud, but everyone needs to hear. Your best chance at actual connection is to stop treating every interaction like an audition. Show up, be real, stay present, and let the chips fall where they fall. That's not giving up. That's confidence in the deepest sense of the word. All right, 7 real reasons attraction fades, and none of them have anything to do with your height, your bank account, or your jawline. Here's the honest summary. Most attraction issues come down to the same root thing: a lack of security in yourself that leaks into how you communicate, how you lead, and how you see other people. And the solution isn't a new set of tactics. It's doing the actual internal work of becoming someone who is genuinely comfortable in his own skin. That takes time. It takes honesty with yourself. But every single one of the things I just walked through, you can start working on them today. Drop a comment and tell me which one landed hardest for you. I read them all. And if you want to go deeper on building the kind of quiet, grounded confidence that changes how every social interaction feels, that's exactly what the next video is about. Don't skip it.